I just thought I'd show you where we are this morning. It's 9:30 and there, yes. As you can see, it's quite bright this morning. It's a good day for walking, obviously at San Jose. Well, there we are. It's better. We're down at the bottom of San Jose. I'm going round the bottom way today, up through the wood this way. Short walk, about 5 kilometres, up just under 200 metres. So fairly easy, 1.5 hour stroll. And we'll see what how the plants have been growing and whether the flowers are out. Well, here we are. As you can see, it's quite sunny this morning. We got here early and he was only just opening the bar. So we had to wait while he served all the mums who had just dropped the kids off at school. This weekend there's a fiesta in San Jose, but I don't know whether we'll get back up to see that. Anyway, we're finding a way into the shade now. I'm walking backwards round it today. The last couple of times I've walked the other direction round this one, but we'll see what it's like. This path through the undergrowth has got better and better in the last year. More people must be walking down this particular bit. It used to be fairly hard to find this, but not anymore. It's an actual path now. This is the area that the foresters cut back all the undergrowth earlier in the year. As you can see, it has made a difference. It looks quite different down here now. We'll see how it goes later on. There's not as many brambles, which is very helpful. It's a bit more like English parkland now. It's quite green. Most of the undergrowth has been chopped down. So it's pretty attractive. Yellow flowers coming out. Slight breeze now. Very pleasant for walking. I've just had a conversation with one of the foresters. There's 3 of them down here at present, and I was explaining it looked very different and more like the English forest sides. And he didn't speak any English, but he said that they'd cut it all down because of the fire risk, that they're now going to keep the undergrowth down, which is a sensible idea, and it makes it much more attractive. As you can see from this, the brambles are fighting back. They are getting onto the path now, so they'll have to keep a regular piece of work to keep that down. The wild dandelions, the giant dandelions, are getting bigger. I expect to see some flowers further on, but we'll see as we get around that way. Oh, that's a strange looking dandelion. No flowers, no buds. I came round on the bottom track. It's where the foresters normally are. I'm now starting to climb, which takes me up to Montaña Negra and then back down, probably down the Chiñero path and back. But we should see Tady in a minute. We'll see when we get down the corner. Well, as I said, we should see Tady in the morning, but the sun is so bright and I'm looking directly into it. You may not be able to see it from there. But there we are, Tady, Pico Viejo. I'm going up this way, which I thought The view is amazing. I tend to forget when I'm not taking pictures just how beautiful this is, but when I stop to make videos, it all comes back. I've been looking at these. These are the ones that have a nice purple flower on. Oh, there's one further up. Normally this track is covered on both sides with purple flowers, but they're late. And these are last year's buds, you know, they're dead. And I couldn't see any new. But right at the very tip, at the top there, those are this year's buds. So they are coming out. They just be a bit later, probably another 2 or 3 weeks before they start to come out. And I will come back again, because what happens is that you get this flower solid on both sides of this track. Really is extremely attractive, but that's later on now. That's quite attractive. It's not many of them about in flower, but that one is. We'll see further on. Now, I've got a track going off here, a path. I don't think it's mine. It doesn't look as though it goes very far, but I think I need to stop and look at my GPS. Oh, there's one of those trees, a lot more in it, and there's another one further down. So the other thing you can see now is the new growth coming on these. These are the pines, the two different greens. Dark green is the old, and the light green is the new growth. And these are the same. They have the flower, the plant in it. Right, we are right, still on this path. And the plants are growing really well, actually. It'll be nice later on. The moss is interesting. It's now growing very well. Again, the light is the new growth. The dark is the old. And there's one growing even better. So, you know, spring is arriving probably here now. Well, I'm climbing harder now. Getting to the steeper bit of the walk. Changing, getting to the area where it changes from a mixed forest to a pine forest. As we get up closer to Montagna Negra, but as you can hear, beginning to have an effect. But it is getting rather warm now. I don't know what the temperature is. I didn't bring a monitoring system out with me this morning. They're working in Los Cristianos. But next week perhaps. It's a useful walk, yes. There are at least 3 options to shorten this walk. Not that I'll be taking any, but it does mean it's a good first walk for anyone that's not walked out here. You can get round in 3/4 of an hour if you take the shortest route. I won't be. I'll be staggering up these hills. I look like a nice Christmas tree. They really are very attractive, these plants. Still no flowers and buds on the purple plant that's growing up the side, and at that side, if I get a bit closer, normally that would all be purple. But it must be closer to June when that occurs, judging by the fact there's nothing there at present. This is interesting. This is one of the dandelion trees. As you can see, dandelions everywhere. I don't know if you can see them. I've got the sun behind me. Trying to stop it destroying the picture, but there you are. Lots of dandelions in there. I'm getting higher up now. When I look back, there are no trees. I'm looking over the tops of trees, so it means we're nearing the top. Interesting. This is interesting because we turn left here. This tree in the middle of the track tells me I have a left turn to go around the longer route instead of straight up. So we're now going down this way, past the barrier down here. I walked this with Jamie and Gaynor in the opposite direction a couple of 3 weeks ago. It's a bit warmer now. That's interesting because we're now quite high, we're nearly at the top. The pinky purple flower is out, but look at those buds compared to the ones down at the bottom, which I expected them to be more advanced than fair. It appears that they're growing better higher up the mountain than at the bottom. So these are going to change fairly rapidly. Yeah, I mean, these had a week or so ago they didn't have any buds showing. Now, so I switched that off while I was talking. Yes, as you can see, there are lots of buds there. Better view. It is. The other thing is, listen to the noise. There isn't a sound up here. It's amazing. Oh, and look that way. The moss on the trees. And this one. I better get going. I told you in 1.5 hours it's going to be longer if I keep videoing stood still. I can do it walking but not standing. Well, according to my GPS signal, I'm on the wrong track completely. So I went from being on the right track to being on the wrong track in about 100 metres. Not that it matters, because this track takes me to within a few metres of the other track further on. But I cannot believe that I've lost a track. I think I need a new GPX system. Well, I stopped to check my GPS. I've got clear blue sky all around, and I know where I am walking wise. I've walked this path before. Maybe I just took a wrong turn somewhere, but it's only a couple of 100 metres to the original track, so it doesn't really matter. Straight on that way. And this gate is the other end. When I came down here with Gaynor, Jamie and Jill. So, I don't know. Perhaps it's me just taking odd turns and doing it by memory rather than following a map. We're now into pine forest. Oh, 2 more walkers. That's novel. But as I say, we're in the pine forest, fairly close to Montagna Negra. So they've probably done the circular walk around Montagna Negra, and they're going back to the parking area at Arenas Negra. But I'm going to turn right, then go down the hill. Montagna Negra is just through that set of trees there. That's where these people have come from. Well, I think I'm going to have to change my shirt when I finish this. It's got so hot. As you can see, all pines now. Okay, it's time for a drink. The reason it all looked wrong was the map had loaded the wrong map, or the app had loaded the wrong map, and I was on a different route altogether. So I don't know. Anyway, I can now watch the people walking up the Tenerife path. Oh, another couple coming up that way, from down at the bottom. But, well, okay, we'll pick this up. That path finishes up in a dead end. I've tried that one. I'm going to go down there in a minute. Well, I've started down now. I've just loaded the route back in, and I was on the right route all the time. It was the other map that was a different walk. So, yeah, it wasn't a problem with me and my GPS. It was a problem me loading the wrong map. Anyway, they're just straight down the Tenerife path now, and back to the parking area near the camping site at the bottom of San Jose. I just had a rather confused conversation with a couple of elderly Germans. I didn't know whether they were Germans or Spanish. I tried talking in Spanish, and they were showing me their mobile with a 20-kilometre walk on it that they were doing. I thought they were going to Tenerife, but they're not. They're going up through the lava field and across the lava field. It's strange. Effectively, they're going to go round the edges of the lava field and the bottom of Tenerife. A rather strange walk. Anyway, we had a little laugh, and they wanted to know about my satellite link, my Garmin satellite link, what it did. So it's not often I have a chat with people when I'm walking. It's different today. I've just met another German couple where the Tenerife path crosses one of the tracks, the 2 or 3 tracks that we cross with the Tenerife path, and the wife was wanting to go for a trike, and I pointed back up the hill and said Tenerife, and they said, Tenerife. So they got back going up the path to Tenerife. Seemed quite happy. Well, I decided I'd walk down this way, which is the alternative way back to the campsite. But a woman with her 2 dogs walking is in front of me, and I'm trying not to scare her to death. But it's the one I saw twice last year walking her dogs on this route, but she'll not remember me. Well, I'm on the way back to this campsite now. There are 2 routes back. She was aware that I was walking behind her. I hope I've taken the path that isn't the one she's on, and she's on the other one, so she'll not be worried anymore. This one is a bit more difficult, so I think she would have taken the other one with the dogs. It does open up a bit further on, but it's quite attractive, this walk. As you can see, it is quite overgrown in places, but it's a very nice woodland path, this. Much nicer than the tracks to walk on. You've just got to be aware that you've got these bits where you have to sort your walk out. There we are. We've crossed under the power line, so we're getting close to the campsite now. Well, we are now getting close to the flat part, which is above the bar at the recreation site. Still going downhill fairly steeply, but oh look, now those are the first buds I've seen down here of these plants. So they're strangely different timings, depending where you are. Right, we're through that, and this is a track that goes straight through the campsite and down to the bar. There are campers out here. You can see the tents. But rather than worry them, I'll go down this way. It takes us to the other end of the park. Just need to watch my foot, switch off for a while. And as you can see, it takes us down into the picnic area with the picnic tables and the minibus over there. I suppose maybe 10 minutes over my 1.5 hours, but that's not bad for all the videoing I've done. And in fact, I just slowed down to not to upset the lady walking in front of me. Presumably she's down here with the dogs now. And there we are, back at the finish. Nice walk, just over an hour and a half.